This shoe started it all for me. The Saucony Endorphin Speed 1 was the running shoe that really sparked my love for running shoes in general, and look behind me, you see how many I have now. I don't know what it was, but there was just something about this shoe when I put it on my foot, it just felt like nothing that I've ever tried before. Now, that could be because I was running in like a really heavy stability shoe prior to running in this, but it was just different. And then came version 2, and it was similar in nature. It felt very similar underfoot. The upper was slightly different, but it was still that same package that I knew and loved, but was still a little bit unstable. And then comes version 3, and this version changed things up quite a bit if we're being completely honest. The first two versions were really versatile. I could use them for running my daily miles, running faster sessions, and they felt great. This shoe here, they widened up the platform, so that really helped me when I needed a little bit more stability. The Speed 3, it definitely had a bit more stability, but it had that lightweight and bouncy package still, but it just wasn't as suited for those faster sessions. And then came version 4, and I did run that quite a bit. I just somehow misplaced my pair. I don't know if I threw them out or what the case is, but what happened with the version 4 is that they stiffened it up. It was much firmer underfoot, and it just didn't feel that same little magic for me. And honestly, I was quite worried where the direction of this line was headed. But then comes version 5, and I was very hesitant about picking this up just because they did ruin so much with version 4. But this thing, I'm happy to report, is back. Later in the video, we're going to be comparing the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 and the Rebel V5 to the Speed 5, so I think that deserves a like. Let's get back to it. The version 5 for me so far has been everything I loved about the versions 1, 2, and 3, the snappiness of the version 1, the propulsiveness of the foam, and the nice roll through with the speed roll, but also that a little bit of extra inherent stability with the wider platform from version 3. They brought that along to version 5. And even though the naming of the foam here is the same as the version 4, the Power Run PB, it just feels like a completely different shoe underfoot for me. The versatility in this shoe is also still there. I've done a number of different runs from an easy run. Yeah, probably not the best shoe to do easy runs, but that's a luxury for me because I'm able to have multiple running shoes. But you can do easy runs in this shoe, and that's what makes it so exciting. I've done my daily miles, I've done speeded interval sessions, which this shoe really shines at for me. I find that once I get up to a pace, I can kind of put it on cruise control in this thing, and it helps me tick over. Now, it's not because it's some bouncy mechanical nature that you might get in some super shoes. It's the combination of this foam and the speed roll technology that kind of lets you just cruise through the miles effortlessly. The shoe does not fight against you, the shoe helps you stay and get to those paces. And it's also extremely lightweight, so that helps as well. And then today I did a 19-kilometer long run, so about 12 miles, and this shoe performed so well. And it was a progressive run, so that nature of being able to get to a pace and just put it on cruise control was exceptionally clutch. The upper on this thing is extremely breathable, extremely lightweight, and the lockdown is fantastic. I went true to size, so 10.5 US men's for me, and I'm getting no rubbing, no blistering, nothing. It's true to size, folks. So if you're thinking about this shoe, get the true to size version. And you'll notice from some of the running footage that I'm overlaying, a lot of the trails that I run on are crusher dust, they're rooted, they're loose gravel, and I have no trouble with slipping. So this outsole, there's not much outsole there strategically placed, but it's doing a fantastic job. The love affair that I once had for the version 1, 2, and 3, and then we got a bit of a divorce in version 4, has come back with the version 5. But there have been quite a few shoes that have come out in the market that are fighting for the Saucony Endorphin Speed spot. The lightweight super trainers and all these different things, they're coming. The market is very competitive. And I've been running in a couple that are in that category that I think we need to chat about really quickly. The Brooks Hyperion Max is Brooks' direct competitor, in my opinion, to the Saucony Endorphin Speed. And this shoe I've run so many miles in. But the thing for me, the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 has been pretty unstable. I don't have the strongest ankles. I overpronate quite a bit. And that's why the version 1 and 2 of the Speed just cost me a little bit of instability. The Brooks Hyperion Max 2 causes that same issue. I definitely overpronate more when I'm wearing this thing. For short, snappy runs, that's not an issue. But as I increase the mileage, that kind of really wears on my calves, for me personally. But this shoe is absolutely fantastic. It's really lightweight on foot. It's fun to run in. The upper's fantastic. It's lightweight. But for me, I would choose the Speed 5 over the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 if I were you. Hyperion Max 3 is coming out. Haven't tried it. Maybe that's going to be a different story. And the next competitor, maybe not direct competitor because New Balance does have a super comp trainer, is the Rebel V5 in my opinion. These two shoes will fit in a running shoe rotation in a similar spot, either a lightweight daily trainer or a speed and interval session shoe. And for me, the Rebel V5 has been absolutely fantastic. So for me, I haven't done a review on this yet, so if you want to hear more thoughts and opinions, make sure you subscribe because I'll go a bit more in depth there. But just highlights here. So the foam in this shoe, the fuel cell foam, is so much fun. What I really enjoy about this is that when I'm going at those easier paces, it can compress. It just helps me get those easy miles in, and it feels very comfortable underfoot. But if I want to turn it up a notch, turn up the heat, it's not gonna hold me back. This foam transformed to a bit of a snappier nature, and I really enjoy running in this shoe fast, to be honest, because it's extremely lightweight package. It's a lot of fun. But with that said, it's not as easy to go on cruise control as the Speed 5. The Speed 5, when I get up to those faster paces, it's kind of just set it and forget it. Of course, you're still putting in effort, you're still running hard, but this thing is not fighting against you, and the Speedroll technology is doing an absolutely fantastic job at keeping you there. There is a fair amount of price difference between the two though, so keep that in mind. The Rebel V5 is, I think, $40 cheaper than the Speed 5 here in Canada, so that is not something just to turn your head away to. But I will say, I've run in every version of the Speed, and the shoes are durable. The Rebel V5, I don't know, I can't comment on it, but I have read multiple different threads saying that the Rebels do break down quite early. And I'm already seeing a bunch of creasing in the fuel cell foam. Not to say that it's breaking down, but there is visible signs of creasing. So for me, I would spend that little bit of extra money for the Speed 5. I think you're getting a bit more versatility, and I know for a fact the durability is there. So folks, I'm happy to report that if you were a little bit hesitant about the V4 and you weren't sure how they were gonna get on with the Speed 5, I'm happy to report that if you like the version 1, 2, and 3, you're probably gonna really enjoy the version 5. Because what it does is it takes everything good from the version 1, 2, and 3 and put it into this amazing package. And we also get the throwback mutant colorways, which I really enjoy. As you can tell, I like vibrant colors, and this thing has that. Let me know, folks, if you've run in the Speed 5 or the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 or the Rebel V5 and you disagree with some of the things that I'm saying. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinion down below.